So one of the most recent ways that God has kind of changed how I think about things, or paradigm shift, to use that term, actually started from something pretty cheesy in December, which I was at a church and the pastor was talking about, do you want to be in the same place you are right now a year from now? Pretty cheesy. But what he said next was, allow God into that brokenness. And that's the phrase that kind of stayed with me. Allow God into the brokenness. I realized that, God started interacting with me when I was in high school, and then when I was in college, that's when I became a Christian, was baptized, and started trying to learn what it meant to live in that, to be a Christian. And I realized that some of the same issues and underlying problems that had been in my life when I was 16 and 15 and 22 were actually still affecting me. And so the way that pastor talked about it helped me to understand that there's things about myself that I didn't know how to let God have. I didn't know how to let God change. Because I think I was pretty experienced with the idea of self-control and trying to be my best version of me. But that's a lie. That's not what God wants. God doesn't want me to be the best version of myself that I can be. He wants me to be His. And He wants me to allow Him in to all the parts. Just like how Jesus said, the greatest commandment is, the Lord your God is one. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, with all your strength. And love your neighbor. But he wanted all of me. And so He used that phrase, let God into your brokenness, to kind of be the way I just kept on praying. I don't really know anything. And maybe some of the things I did know I wasn't actually right on. So please just come into this brokenness, come into my life, come into this situation, come into these same exact things that I've been struggling with for a decade. Please just come into it. And it's changed the way I pray about myself, but also about other things. And so when situations arise in which I'm helpless, and multiple of those situations have arisen in the past month, instead of looking at it myself and seeing how it could be better, or looking at it and seeing what the solution would be and then asking God for that specific solution, the shift has happened where I just say, here's this problem, here's how this is really messed up, here's how it's broken, here's how sin is destroying something. Please meet this brokenness. Please come into it. Please be real. Please let your presence be there. Reveal who you are in this situation. And it's kind of changed it. And along with let God into the brokenness, I've been reading so much about humility. And it ties in with me not coming with my own ideas of how things should be better, but just saying, God, please come in here. And allowing Him to fill that area and allow Him to give me ideas about what it should look like instead of me coming up with my own. Something that very recently has kind of strengthened this shift is in Chord, we're looking at stories of Jesus through John. And the first one has to do with Jesus goes to a wedding and his mom's there and they run out of wine. So Jesus' mother comes to him and says, there's no more wine. And what I noticed about that in Chord is that Jesus' mother didn't ask him. She just said, here's a problem I see. She definitely didn't ask him to make, at least 120 gallons of wine for this wedding, which is what he did. But she just said, here's a problem. That was it. She didn't come with her own solution. She didn't come with her list. She just said, here it is. Can you just be you? Can you just do whatever you want to do here? And I think that's helped me as I think about my own life and how things about myself are revealed. And also when I think about the relationships I have with other Christians, but mostly with people who don't follow Jesus, who have been hurt and broken, or just living their lives trying to survive, and thinking about when I am interacting in their lives or when I see something that sucks, instead of being like, okay, I know how to fix it, to just be like, all right, Jesus, please just be in this and be real and use me if you want to use me and help me to listen and obey. But God, just be real to these people. Be real in this situation.